Alright you guys, hey, this is Jonathan the Bearded Legend. Sorry I haven't made this video, but about 3 or 4 months ago I posted a video about my Chevrolet Impala and the issues that I was having with it. It was spitting, sputtering, and it was dying intermittently every once in a while. Sorry, I'm trying to get close to the camera so I can pop the hood. But this is an update video. As you guys know, I was having a P1374 code, which is a 3X reference signal circuit, and I replaced a bunch of parts on this thing. Let me turn this around and see if you guys can see it. Alright. Okay, so right here we replaced the idle air control valve. I replaced this with a used good sensor, throttle position sensor. This is mass airflow sensor. I checked the voltage on this, and this one was reading fine. This is the idle air or intake air temperature sensor. Mass airflow sensor again, throttle position sensor, idle air control sensor, and down here, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but underneath the air box right here is where the computer is for this thing. And I did find that there were some stripped wires there from rubbing on the air box where it loops in, but unfortunately that wasn't my problem. So let's come over here and see if you guys can see any of this. Alright, so we replaced the coil packs, or replaced the spark plug wire, spark plugs, and then down here, I don't know if you guys can see, but anyway, down in here we replaced the crankshaft position sensor, and back here behind the water pump we replaced the camshaft position sensor. I checked everything checked the fuel injectors with Noid lights, also replaced the fuel pressure regulator, and I was still having an issue. So we were trying to figure out why this thing was popping up a pending code. It wouldn't actually pop the check engine light. And it was the most frustrating thing I've ever been involved in. So I'll tell you exactly what we did. My father-in-law suggested, because my mother-in-law has a Series 2 3.8 motor. She has the same ignition control module as the ignition control module on this Impala. So it's a 3800 motor, it's a 3.8 GM V6. I had the old module tested at Advanced Auto Parts on their ignition module machine, and it tested good every time. We ran it till it got hot, and we still couldn't find anything wrong with it. Let me get back here in the shade so you guys can see me a little bit. Right now I'm restoring a Silverado. I don't know if you guys can see that, but doing some body work on it. Gonna get it ready for paint. And we've got a 53 sitting over there. And but anyway, so having my module tested, I just assumed that it was good, so I was still running that module. Tested the harness, and I wound up buying a harness on eBay because my harness it's been into before, so I just wanted to replace it. So I bought a factory harness from this dude, or supposed factory harness. Looks like a remanufactured one, but anyways, wiring was all good, so I kept it. It was only $49. But again, because the ignition control module tested good at Advanced Auto Parts, I just assumed that the module was good. So anyway, my father-in-law, he suggested that I swap my mother-in-law's module out for mine, to see if by any chance it was just a freak issue that the machine in advance couldn't pick up on. So I did one day, and as soon as I plugged it in, the engine started running perfectly. I couldn't get it to die, spit, sputter, nothing. So we went out and we bought a new ignition control module. So I'll show you this module here. It's a BWD ignition control module. This is the old one, but I kept the box just in case. It's a CBE 47P. That's Charlie Bravo Echo 47 Papa. That's a brand new module. Because I've got a commercial account with Advance, I wound up saving a little bit of money on it. So I paid like 150 bucks for it. But I put the new module on and no issues. So just kind of an update video for you, just to let you know that got it fixed. It was the module, and I also found out that Advance Auto Parts' ignition control module tester does not check the 3X reference circuit. So that's why it was still testing good. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody out who's having a similar issue before you have to wind up wasting a bunch of money on parts. Have a good one. See ya. One final thing I forgot to mention. I traditionally don't just replace parts on a car without diagnosing them first. Unfortunately, with everything that was going on with the vehicle, it got to a point where we just had to start replacing parts to see what was what, because everything was testing good. So if you haven't diagnosed it yet, make sure you do so before you go starting to replace a bunch of parts. Otherwise, you're going to wind up wasting a lot more money. So have a good one.